Farm Basics is brought to you by the Liberty Link trait and Liberty herbicide from Bayer. The most reliable weed management solution, Liberty Link and Liberty herbicide are the link to efficient row crop production and sustainable weed management.
During our Farm Basics time today, we're going to talk a little about upcoming Ag PhD winter workshops.
I love winter workshops because it's a chance to talk about all those things that could make an impact on profitability for next year. When we think about that, it all starts with the agronomics for me. When we look at weed control issues, traveling around the country this year again, we're seeing more and more resistant weeds, whether it's resistant to Roundup or other chemistries. We're looking for different solutions for problems that have been there for years. Brian talked about our Weed of the Week making a resurgence. I don't even worry about that compared to some of the challenges that we have around the country. So thinking about that is in terms of weed control, but also, wow, what a year for insects we had. And when we're looking at the high price of some of the trade offerings from certain companies, farmers are switching away from that. In some cases, we still have to manage the bugs. They're going to be out there. And diseases this year, wow, I don't know that I've ever seen quite the impact we had this year from fungicide use in corn and wheat and other crops. Big differences. So when we think about new things coming, new products coming, new techniques coming, the Ag PhD winter workshops, the agronomy workshops, I'm really fired up for.
Okay, the only thing though, Darren, is we've got lower commodity prices now. So a big focus for us this year is going to be talking about how you keep your costs down and keep your yields up. There's a little bit of art to this whole thing if you want to get this right. In other words, we'll talk about timings and what you can do for tank mixes, how you can keep the rates low, the products inexpensive, doing the right things so you don't have to spend an arm and a leg. You can still get good weed control, good disease control, insect control, and most importantly, top yields and making some money on the farm.
One of the cool things for me is we're going to talk about rebate programs in a little bit to try and cheapen up some of the newer products. But some of the older products have really come down in price. And when we look at things like metribuzin, for example, we're going to talk a lot about that in soybeans, about how inexpensive a product like metribuzin is and what it can deliver for weed control. And that's just one of many examples that we've got of products that are really proven and do a great job out in the field that can be had for very little money and used effectively on your farm.
Well, they can, but the rates are different depending on your situation. And that's one of the big things that we want to talk through. You don't have to use the full rate on a lot of these products in many cases, depending on your situation. So we want to discuss those things this year. We're also going to get into a lot of different situations with diseases and insects, nematodes, a lot of things out there that you have to be concerned about, but we want to make sure that you understand where you have the most risk and where you have the least risk. We'll also discuss different programs for not just corn and soybeans, but wheat and a number of other crops depending on the area that we're in. We're in a number of different states this winter with our Ag PhD agronomy workshops. As always, they're free. We just really appreciate you watching Ag PhD, listening to Ag PhD radio. And so we do these workshops for free as a way to hopefully connect with you a little bit better, give you some more free information. We'll give you a free agronomy book, and then to hear from you. I know personally, I learn a lot from our agronomy workshops because we get a tremendous amount of questions, and we really appreciate your attendance and just your questions and your feedback on all these things. It helps hopefully make Ag PhD TV a better show.
So we are doing workshops really around the country. You can go to agphd.com and find all the dates and times, and you can sign up in advance as well. In many of the venues, we'll have a huge venue, and hopefully we'll be able to host everyone that wants to come. In others, the venue isn't quite as large, so you do want to pre-register if at all possible to make sure we have enough food, enough books, and everything for everyone who wants to attend.
So again, go to agphd.com to learn more about that, and you can also learn more about our Weed of the Week. Can you identify this week's weed?